With the recent revival of the midsize pickup truck class, the GMC Canyon still stands as a favorable choice among the segment. With the more rugged nature Toyota Tacoma being its biggest competition, the Canyon stands as a sensible alternative for someone looking for a more comfort-oriented midsize pickup. So let's go ahead and check out and take a closer look at this 2018 GMC Canyon. Starting off, this second generation Canyon has been on the market since the 2015 model year. As a platform mate being heavily related to its fraternal twin, the Chevrolet Colorado, the Canyon is mainly just cosmetically different from the Colorado, being marketed as a premium midsize pickup truck. An extended and crew cab are your available body choices, with the crew being the most popular. Our SLT is just a trim below the top of the line Denali and comes with a leather interior, the optional 3.6 liter V6, and 18-inch alloy wheels. For 2018, the Canyon sees a few notable changes, with a larger head unit being standard on the lower trim levels, a few new exterior colors, with ours having the new marin blue metallic, and the all-terrain debuts as a separate trim level for those looking for a more off-road oriented variant. Here's the key fob for the Canyon here. And you have your lock, unlock, your remote and start, and your panic alarm as well. Very convenient. Like I said earlier, this exterior color is known as the marin blue metallic, brand new color for 2018, and you also have chrome exterior door handles here. And you also do have the jet black leather interior with white contrast stitching, as well as your power adjustable driver's seat with power lumbar and manual recline. Alright, stepping on inside of the Canyon here, the step-in height is pretty high, and you'll also notice that the interior features one of the most opulent interiors in the midsize pickup truck class. With the wood grain interior trim as well as aluminum, it certainly gives it a more premium vibe inside of here. Doesn't feel as utilitarian compared to others in the class. And what you're hearing there is the optional 3.6 liter V6. You have a full leather wrap steering wheel. Coming to your transmission, you have an 8-speed automatic transmission, and you also have manual shiftability when you put the vehicle into reverse. This, of course, will display your rear view camera with guidance lines as well as trajectory. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on the headlights as well as the fogs and the hazards. Let's go ahead and check out the exterior of the Canyon. Automatic driver's side window. Pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Heated exterior mirrors with your blind spot mirror as well as chrome mirror caps. And you have your 18-inch alloy wheels. Coming up front here on the Canyon, you'll find halogen projector beam headlights as well as LED daytime running lights and your halogen fog lights. Powering the Canyon here is the optional tried and true 3.6 liter V6 engine. It does feature direct injection as well as variable valve timing as well. You're looking at around 308 horsepower at 6,800 RPM and 275 pound-feet of torque at 4,000 RPM, with EPA estimates being a reasonable 17 in the city and 24 on the highway, being on par with the rest of this segment. You can also go for a turbo diesel 4-cylinder on the Canyon here, and all of these powertrains are also shared with the Chevrolet Colorado. And the turbo diesel, you can tow up to 7,000 pounds, while this V6 can tow up to around 3,500 pounds maximum. And also with the turbo diesel engine, you're looking at fuel economy estimates of 22 in the city and 30 on the highway. And your base engine on the Canyon is going to be a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, which I highly recommend avoiding, as it feels very sluggish and it's pretty lackluster when it comes to acceleration. But this V6 is pretty strong and potent and is shared throughout many of General Motors' vehicles. Now, when driving the 2018 GMC Canyon here, the Canyon, of course, is a much smaller vehicle than a full-size pickup truck, and you will find it to be somewhat more maneuverable than one. However, you could still have a pretty big dilemma when trying to fit into tight parking spaces with this vehicle. With that being said, the Canyon still offers a very comfortable and refined driving nature. The road bumps are smoothed out pretty well, and the suspension does a pretty good job at soaking up road bumps fairly well. And my biggest gripe I have with the Canyon here is the 8-speed automatic transmission. And this transmission can feel jerky at times, and it does hesitate to shift, and it doesn't provide the most consistent shifts out there. I rather much prefer General Motors' 6-speed automatic or the 9-speed automatic that they have co-developed with Ford. The 3.6 liter V6 is pretty potent and provides pretty good acceleration with this vehicle, and with around 308 horses on tap, I mean, there's plenty of power here with the Canyon. But like I said earlier in the video, I recommend avoiding the base 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. And if you want the best towing capabilities, go with the turbo diesel 4-cylinder in the Canyon, which offers up to 7,000 pounds of towing capacity. Pricing of the Canyon starts at the base model, which starts at $26,910. Then you have the SLE, $30,200. The SLT, $34,505. And then the top of the line Denali, $39,305. There's also many different options you could choose from the cab choice, like the extended cab, or the crew cab, like how we have here. Then you can also select your powertrain, or if you want to go with 2-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. And then available on the SLE models is a new all-terrain model for the 4-wheel drive SLEs. And that comes with a Z71 off-road suspension, hill descent control, as well as a transfer case shield. All of your basic power necessities, including power windows, mirrors, door locks, chrome interior door handles. Interior quality is definitely near the top of the class for the mid-size pickup truck segment. You'll find plenty of soft touch padding on the door panels here, as well as on top of the dashboard surfaces too. It's a pretty nice interior and fit and finish. I'm pretty impressed with it. Coming to the steering wheel design, typical General Motors steering wheel with your cruise control buttons on the left, as well as your forward collision alert gap adjust. And then also on the right side of the steering wheel, you also find your Bluetooth phone controls, as well as your voice recognition, and the controls for the 4.2-inch screen, which I'll get to in just a minute. And your audio controls are located on the back of the steering wheel here. And down here, you'll also find a little storage cubby with a USB charging port, 12-volt power outlet, and an auxiliary input, as well as dual cup holders. Little cubby right here, storage space, and then also you have a very deep center console with a USB charging port, plenty of center console storage. 3-stage heated seats for the driver and the front passenger, as well as your tow and haul mode, traction control off, and your cargo lamps button, and I'll let you know if it's enabled or not. And then your lane departure alert too. We also have automatic climate control with your adjustable temperatures and your different zones, as well as your fan speed level, and your front window defroster and rear window defroster. Glove box compartment. Automatic dimming rearview mirror with your OnStar and SOS roadside assistance, and your sunglass container. The seats in the Canyon are fairly comfortable. However, if you are a taller driver or passenger, you may feel that these seats are lacking a little bit when it comes to thigh support. And the side bolstering is pretty good, but I would take this vehicle on a long road trip. The seats for the front occupants are definitely comfortable enough for a long hauling road trip. Visibility out of the Canyon is decent. You'll find plenty of glass area, and rearward visibility is pretty good. Seeing out the windshield isn't too bad either. And the driving position for the Canyon, as well as its platform mate, the Colorado, are much better than what you will find in the Tacoma, as the Tacoma's seating position is raised up quite a bit, and sometimes it can feel like you're hitting the ceiling with your heads. Let's get to the main head unit and interface. This is an 8-inch diagonal touchscreen display, the GMC IntelliLink system. In the upper left-hand corner, you'll find your exterior temperature readout, and the upper right-hand corner, your digital clock. And it features a natural tablet-like feel. Now, this isn't their newest interface available from GMC, but it's still fairly intuitive. Your different audio sources do include all of the norm here, including AM, FM, XM satellite radio, as well as your direct tune feature, which is very convenient if you don't want to tune through all the different radio stations. You have your USB charging port with iPod integration and your auxiliary input. Coming back to the home screen, you have your phone, which you can hook up your Bluetooth phone, view all of your recent calls, as well as store all your contacts on here, and you have an integrated dial pad, and you can pair up to multiple Bluetooth devices. We have your weather as well, which gives you a hourly or a 5-day forecast. You can also change the location if you would like. And then your navigation system, which you can enter in your destination by voice. And then you also have 3D rendering of buildings with live traffic, and you can show your points of interest. And your projection feature is for your Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto. Then your camera you can also access at any time you would like. And we also have your live traffic, which gives you a list of all of your traffic incidents in your nearby or local area. Then your shop, where you could download apps onto the system. Then you have many other different settings, like the time and date. You can turn the rear seat reminder on or off, language, valet mode. You can also monitor your driving habits of your teenager through the teen driver feature. Then you have your vehicle settings, Bluetooth settings, display, voice. Then your SMS text messaging function, which will read you your text messages out aloud. Of course, you have to have your phone connected, and then you have your OnStar as well.
Thank you. Goodbye.
But the GMC IntelliLink system is still a fairly responsive and intuitive system, but I would love to see their newer head unit on the Canyon here. Coming to the gauges in the instrument cluster, on the left you'll find your tachometer, and on the top your fuel gauge and coolant temperature, and on the right your speedometer. In the center there, it has a 4.2-inch screen, and it's controlled by the buttons on the steering wheel here. And you have your info, which shows you your trip information, fuel range, instant fuel economy, oil life percentage, tire pressure monitoring, oil pressure, transmission fluid temperature, and then your digital speedometer with the roadside information, your speed limit information. Then you have your audio, which you could change your audio source from here if you would like. Phone, which you can make telephone calls from here. And then your navigation, which will show you turn-by-turn directions. Options, you could change the units from US to metric, info pages, your speed warning on or off, and then you could set it, of course, to any speed you would like. And then over here, this is where you could change from US to metric. Then over here is where you can also change the audio source if you would like. But overall, fairly useful 4.2-inch central display here. Visibility out of the Canyon is pretty good. You'll find plenty of glass area, and seeing out the windshield is pretty easy as well. The seats are fairly comfortable and supportive. Thigh support isn't too bad either, but if you are a taller driver or passenger, you may find the seats to be lacking in a little bit of thigh support. Interior quality does follow through in the rear. You still find soft touch padding on the door panels and the armrests here. And you also have your rear adjustable headrests. And then you can also fold these down if you would like. 60-40 split. Sitting back here in the Canyon, there's an okay amount of space, but you'll find that the Toyota Tacoma is roomier for the rear seat occupants. But you do have a single map pocket, 2 USB charging ports, a 12-volt power